We ready? Hit me with the horns. Yeah, I'm going to keep it short. This is Capital City Podcast. I'm your host, Capital J, alongside my main man,
DL Glass.
Today we're talking about the casting couch. And I know to a lot of people they think casting couch, well, that's in the movies. That's in Hollywood. Nope. There's a casting couch in music.
Yes, sir.
There's definitely a casting couch in music.
You mean auditions?
Nah, I mean the casting couch. For those of you not in the know, the casting couch is the loose term for when you go meet a producer and you want a role or you want a song or whatever. There's always a couch in the office. That couch is where you earn your spot.
Hence why there's no couch in this office.
Nah, no couch in this office. We two married men. But the casting couch is where people in power take advantage of people that want to get there. There may be the big screen. Mm-hmm. There may be the radio. There may be just put a record out. But when you want to get there, some people take advantage of those who want to get there and use their power and their influence,
right,
to put you on the casting couch.
Mm-hmm.
And essentially they're saying, hey, you give me this and I give you what you want.
Right.
Give me them legs.
Mm-hmm.
And we've been seeing a lot of this now, the Puffy situation, which is, you know, the biggest thing going on right now. It's what even got us talking about this is it could possibly be a casting couch situation gone wrong.
Okay.
You know? And here's the deal.
Take that.
Take that. Now,
Damn.
Traditionally, how do you know somebody got where they are by sleeping their way to the top? You know, the casting couch and sleeping your way to the top go hand in hand.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Most of the time, here in music, when we see somebody who we say, why is this person getting all this shine and they don't have any talent?
Right.
Why did this producer put his name on the line with this person?
Mm-hmm.
So let's talk about Cassie and Puffy for a second.
Okay.
Cassie had a hit single, Me and You. Song was dope. I heard rumors in the streets that the song was about how good she gave Fellatio, but I can't confirm nor deny that rumor. But, you know, she's saying, tell me if you like it. Me and you. Now.
Oh, wow.
I've been waiting, things gonna make that move. But, that's just what I heard back then, urban legend.
Mm-hmm.
But let's take Cassie, for example. Now, this is by no means saying that Cassie, I think that Cassie should get justice in this situation. I'm going to preface by saying that. But in the grand scheme of things, Puffy, arguably one of the most well-known, most influential producers in the hip-hop game.
Right.
What make Puffy use his power and influence to promote Cassie?
Right.
We've seen Cassie perform live. By all accounts, she's not the best singer in the world.
Mm-hmm. Right.
So why does she get a chance when there are thousands and thousands of talented people out here?
With true talent.
Well, what we find out later, that Puffy was interested in her.
Mm-hmm.
And it wasn't a passing thing. They stayed together for a while.
Yeah, long time.
Right.
Right.
So I'm thinking that's probably a situation that came from the casting couch. It's like, hey, I like this chick.
Mm-hmm.
I want her to like me.
Right.
If she goes to another label, I won't have her. the song Me and You, it's not a complicated song to sing.
Right.
I can give her this song. It's going to be a hit. She's going to owe me.
Right.
That's how the casting couch works. So I'm going to shoot my shot. And I'm not saying that he walked in and said, hey, if you give me this, I'm going to make you a star. But that happens. Happens all the time.
Right.
See, with Harvey Weinstein, he's in jail right now because that was his way of doing business. And it looks like, from the accounts of all these other people, that Puffy did business that way. We know R. Kelly has done some business that way. So you're into the game as a female. How do you get top-notch tracks from these artists, from producers that have power? You will probably encounter a situation where you're going to be confronted with the casting couch, and you're going to have to make a decision.
Right.
Am I going to lay down here and give up my body for this track or for this opportunity? Now, what usually happens on the back end, they use you for a little while. And when they're done with you, they take that same music they were giving you and give it to the next chick they're interested in.
Right.
So, and this is not something, something we're making up. This is something we've seen over and over again in the industry. When Cassie was popping, take chicks like, who can really, really sing that came out lately? Oh, Fantasia is somebody that immediately pops into mind. Why didn't we hear Fantasia before American Idol? She had all the chops.
She didn't look the part.
Yeah, she definitely looks the part now, though, don't she?
Yes, sir.
But she didn't get those opportunities. She wasn't throwing herself onto the casting couch. But then you have people like, I don't want to keep picking on Cassie.
Right.
Let's take somebody else. Somebody who's pretty that's not a great singer.
It's escaping me.
Jennifer Lopez, maybe?
Oh, God.
I'm not going to say that she's the product of the casting couch, but she also spent time with Puff, and is a powerful man with a whole lot of influence. And I can probably say that she was probably at her most. That was her biggest time in music. During the ride with Puff. Mary J had talent.
Mary J wasn't the most talented singer when she came out.
Yeah, but she just had something, She had. I don't think that she had to.
Well, I'm not saying that. I was just
thinking
of throwing names out there as we was having the conversation.
Yeah, I'm just gonna. I don't want to accuse any of these people of walking in and these producers taking advantage of them. But let's talk about people that have had relationships. Let's take Khalees and Pharrell, for example.
Okay. Milkshake.
This is before Milkshake. Like the Neptunes took Khalees along for the ride as they were coming up. Like I almost associated her just as heavily with the Neptunes as I did Chad Hugo.
Okay.
She was part of the sound.
Yeah.
And when they produce songs and they need a female voice, she was the voice. And she was also in a relationship with Pharrell. I'm not saying boyfriend, girlfriend. I'm not saying husband and wife. She was in some kind of relationship. When that relationship was over, that music went somewhere else, didn't it?
Absolutely.
The first album was entirely produced by the Neptunes. Second album, get a couple of songs.
If I'm not mistaken, they had a terrible breakup.
Hey, I don't know.
Neptunes and Khalees,
I don't know. Yeah, right. Oh,
Yeah.
you talking about the whole crew?
Yeah.
Right. Well, that's usually what happens when there's romance involved. A. Marie.
Mm-hmm.
First album produced mostly by Rich Harrison. Next thing you know, she and Rich Harrison aren't together.
Right.
What happened to A. Marie?
Yeah.
All of a sudden, Beyonce got crazy in love.
Right.
Huh?
You better be careful.
I'm just saying. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that Beyonce did something to get that track. All I'm saying is that the relationship between A. Marie and Rich Harrison, was not at the point, where he's gonna give her his best music anymore. You know, we seen a lot of this through the years.
Right.
You know, shoot, all the way back to Ike and Tina.
Whew. Eat the cake anime.
You know, I mean, you know, this is Rick James and Tina Marie.
Right.
So, you know, and I'm not saying that Rick James said, hey, if you do this, I'll do this. Mm-hmm. But
Rick James
was one of the hottest producers of the time. Prince.
Yeah.
He was with Vanity. And guess what? Him and Vanity broke up.
You never heard from her again.
He replaced her with Apollonia.
Mm-hmm.
Another girl he liked. And changed the name of the group. Used to be Vanity 6, it's Apollonia 6 now. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So understand, as a female, when you come into the industry, your best bet to maintain your position is to not even get into a relationship with the people you're going to work with.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
I bet you Missy and Timberland won't knocking boots.
Which way?
Because if they had been, that ride would have been over a whole lot sooner. You feel me?
Missy was too talented, though.
Yeah. Hey, but Missy was floating around the industry for a long time, though.
Absolutely she was, until something stuck.
Yeah. But that's the thing about Timberland, like, you know, those things aren't attached to him the same way as other people. Mm-hmm. Like, Aaliyah's coming out of this thing with R. Kelly, where R. Kelly's producing all her music. Mm-hmm. Then, you know, they find out that they're having sex. He has to marry her
to cover it up.
But once they part ways, her career was resurrected by Timberland.
And why you think that is?
Why did Timberland resurrect it?
Yeah.
Because he saw that she was talented, and the people around her were looking for a new direction because we're away from R. Kelly now. Mm-hmm. So you can't depend on his sound anymore, his music.
Yeah, but that was a big change.
Well, Timberland is you know, he was the new thing. You know, and R. Kelly maintained his position all the way through the Timberland run too. So it's not like R. Kelly fell off.
Right. Yeah.
But he produced other people that he had relationships with, like Sparkle.
Yeah.
Then had sex with her niece.
Allegedly.
Hey, allegedly?
Yeah.
What are you talking about, man? The whole country, the whole world saw that.
She said that wasn't her. She said it.
That's what I would say too. That is exactly what I would say. So,
you know something I thought about?
And whether it was her or not, that girl in the video
was young.
Is too young.
Yeah. That's a whole nother subject.
But the casting couch is real out here. Mm-hmm. You know, a lot of producers, I'm talking to you women out here that want to be in the industry, whether it's acting or singing, be careful.
Right.
Because even when somebody offers you something, it seems like a good thing. Once you're associated with them, they can take that away as soon as you decide that whatever y'all got going on is over.
Right.
And once you decide that, all this is over. So you need to know in advance, are you being offered this opportunity because of your talent or because of your looks? And if it's because of your looks, it's going to be brief. Or if it's because of the interest that a producer has in you sexually, when he moves on to the next girl, that music's going with him. I'm trying to think of some more people that got caught up in this wave, careers put on hold.
Because of that cast.
James Brown used to do a lot of women like that.
Mm-hmm.
He used to do a lot of women like that too.
Yeah.
For those true old school heads, Tammy Terrell that sang with Marvin Gaye on a lot of duets.
Yes.
She started her career with James Brown. James Brown took her on the road when she was like 15 years old.
Oh, wow.
Right. Talked to her parents, said, your daughter's talented.
Right.
Take her on the road with me. She'll be a background singer. He beat her so bad one night that she snuck away and called her daddy. Sent her home on the bus. And she was through with the music industry.
Oh, wow.
And then she got a job working at Motown Records while she was in college.
Damn.
Now, this is a truly talented person. They got caught out there. But James Brown's another one that has a sketchy past with women. A super producer. Gotta be careful out here. But getting back to the hip hop, right now, we got Puff Daddy in a world of trouble.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not just Cassie. People coming all out the woodwork.
Everywhere.
Right. So
the sad part is you don't know what to believe. Is it the check that made him have the courage, or is it someone said it publicly before them?
I think that, well, here's the deal. You always hear when there's smoke, there's fire, right?
Mm-hmm.
With the Puffy situation, Cassie was just a little bit of smoke. It's just one person.
Right.
One person, a famous, powerful man, one person never brings a powerful man down. One person didn't bring R. Kelly down. One person didn't bring Harvey Weinstein down.
Right.
But when that one person speaks up, one person didn't bring Bill Cosby down. One person speaks up, though, if 30 other people pop up, you don't even have to believe all 30. It's just the fact that 30 more people feel like they can get away with this accusation.
Right.
That in itself speaks volumes. And I'm not saying it means you're guilty.
Right.
But what it means is that you have a pattern of behavior that, whether you are aware of it or not, makes women feel like this.
Right. Right.
So
I can only think of two people. Well, no, let me take that back. I can only think of one person who I think took the approach of a truly innocent person, or someone who felt like they didn't do anything wrong. And maybe maybe I don't know all the facts, but what I do know is that was Russell Simmons.
Well, in the Russell Simmons situation, how many people popped up after this one person came out?
I didn't.
You haven't heard of anybody else, right?
Right, that's what I'm
saying.
saying.
I'm not saying there isn't anybody else, but I'm saying if you haven't heard of a bunch of people popping up,
right?
Well, that in itself
says a lot.
Says that whatever happened is not a pattern, first of all.
Mm-hmm.
Two, now it caused doubt in the question.
Mm-hmm.
Like maybe there's some doubt of whether or not this is valid.
Right. Right.
Because people always lean to the side of the celebrity.
Mm-hmm.
We're here in America. If you're a celebrity, it takes more than one person to throw a little bit of salt. Like, one person didn't bring Michael Jackson down. It took several kids. Like, when it was just one kid, everybody's like, whatever, free Michael Jackson.
Right.
I'm waiting on the next single.
Yes.
One person, R. Kelly, whatever. We still stepped in the name of love.
Then 3.
Yeah, but 3 and 4, and next thing you know, you got a whole docuseries coming up and girl after girl telling you about these cases. That's what it takes.
3 or 4, we still was trapped in the closet. Then we had Chocolate Factory.
Right.
Look at Deshaun Watson. He got a check out the his.
He had more than one come at him, though, didn't he?
It's like 20, 28, I think it was the final count.
And you know what? Then that means it's probably a pattern. But see, and here goes the thing. Like, for him to have gotten in trouble for that means that there was a culture already of when he gets a massage,
this is what
he gets the full package.
Absolutely.
So, and I'm not trying to let him off the hook.
No.
But
The NFL,
but that means that for if there were 20, let's say there were 20 women.
28.
28.
I think that's the last
Let's say
count.
28 women said this.
Yeah.
You think he only had 28 massages?
Hell no.
No, he had about 300 massages.
Absolutely.
He's like, well, only 28 women complain. That's like 15%.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So the other 85% of the time, it was cool.
I had a pain in my hip.
You know what I'm saying?
I took it off to my boxes, right?
Right.
So I slid my boxes up. And you know what she said? You could take your boxes off.
What?
I said, no, I don't feel comfortable.
Wow.
Like, surprisingly, you know, and what I'm saying about that is because, like, I don't know this dude, but for it to happen that many times, he might have felt like it was okay. You know what I mean?
That's what I'm saying. Like,
Yeah.
I think that the culture and the way he was getting his massages made him think it's okay. Like, here's the thing. Like, you always look at that dude walking around the club, and he just walk right up to a girl like, what's up? Trying to sleep with me tonight?
Right.
You know, and he's direct.
Yeah.
And that dude wouldn't be walking around the club if that line didn't work sometimes. So before you look at him and blame him,
Right.
you need to think about if he's shooting this line right here, and no matter how offended you were when he told you, hey, I'll buy you a drink if you go home and slob on the knob.
Right.
Hey, he wouldn't be sitting there saying that
If it
hadn't worked.
Absolutely.
It has worked before.
Absolutely.
And the more it works,
Right.
the more likely you are to use it on somebody that it's not going to work on and
Right.
find yourself in a situation.
Mm-hmm.
So we got a culture out here where dudes are getting away with stuff they probably shouldn't be getting away with.
Right. Right.
Or there's some women out here who are doing things, they're making it hard on women who don't do those things.
Right. Right. It's a dirty game, man.
It is. Yeah. So for every girl who's out here that just wants to put a record out and doesn't want to sleep with somebody for a hit single, there's 10, 15 for each one. Now there's probably 200 or 300
right.
who would gladly lay down
right
and give up the nappy dugout
right
for a hit single.
So that
and it would never go and put you on blast to the media.
So that term offends one, offends all does not apply here.
No, but that's the thing. Now I've just talked to the women, but I'm gonna talk to you producers and dudes getting in the game.
Right.
Don't get caught up in playing that game. All women are not alike.
Absolutely.
So just because a few loose women out there want to do anything for a track,
right?
You cannot present
that to them all.
You can't present that to everybody and offer, well, if you come over here to the couch right quick, because that can get you in serious trouble.
So what you said just now, you're not only talking to the women, you're talking to the dudes too. I thought you were talking about you better protect your booty hole.
Hey, let me tell you, now that's real too.
Hell yeah,
men out here, they're like homosexuality is
I ain't gay.
Is a normal. Gay. It's a normal thing now. So there are a lot of dudes out here that would put a man in a compromising position as well.
And we have heard it all about Puff.
Yeah, that's right. We have. I don't even want to be spreading unsubstantiated rumors like the Christopher Williams story. But
God.
It's out there. And and that's not the only one. So it's not just women have to look out. Like guys, you have to look out for this too. And some of you guys sitting at home right now, shoot, I never let nobody touch my booty for a hit single. Well, guess what? You're one person.
Right.
And there's about 30 or 40 other dudes. For every one, they'll probably be like, well, you say you ain't gonna tell nobody.
How many millions?
This just be between me and you.
Right.
So, man, sexual abuse is running rampant in the entertainment industry. And if you're getting into it, then you need to understand that it's not a safe place.
Right.
Like if you're the parent of a minor, and you want to get them involved in entertainment, you need to be hyper vigilant about knowing where they are, who they're with, constant contact all the time.
Right.
You can't trust anybody out here because they're used to dealing with people that would do anything for the opportunities that they're going to offer your child.
Right.
So understand that going in. It's not a safe place.
Right.
Now, on top of that, not only do we have predators trying to take advantage of people who want opportunities, we have people out here that like sexual assault and the talk of sexual assault. People are getting away with that in their records too. Like Rick Ross had a song one time talking about, I put something in the drink. I did that. She ain't even know.
Right.
I'm like, well, that's what Bill Cosby's in jail for.
Right. And he never missed a beat.
You see what I'm saying?
Right. It was okay.
Right.
Yeah.
Miguel had a song, How Many Drinks Does It Take You to... what? That's...
Man, I've been in the club and seen them throw 3 fingers up when that song come on. That's setting you up for SA, for a sexual assault. I mean, it's like, wow.
You got to watch it out here. And the same thing, like I said, the same thing for you dudes. Like the parties that, you hearing a lot about these parties that Puff Daddy threw where anything goes. You think Puff Daddy is the only person throwing them parties? Heck no. When you get in the industry and you go to a party, everybody's trying to get you blowed off top. Hey, what you drinking? Nothing. Here.
Right.
You best believe it's been more than one guy woke up like, where'd everybody go? And why does my butt feel like this?
Blood.
But we also hear that Puff Daddy groomed Usher. That's a rumor out there.
Absolutely, yeah.
And that's some of what we're talking about. But I can't say for certain that
allegedly.
Puff Daddy did anything directly to Usher, but Usher has said that during that time period, he saw some things as a 15-year-old that whether Puff Daddy was sexually assaulting him or not, he should not have been around, should not have been privy to at that age.
Yes.
So,
right.
You got to be careful out here, man.
Yeah.
You got to be careful out here, man. These folks will get you. And then you got folks like Sexy Red and Suki Hana out here saying, we are hoes.
Right.
I mean, it's not a question. Yeah. Like, they're saying, hey.
Suki Hana said she's a reform hoe.
Well, when they say they do it, we do it all.
Yeah.
And it's available. As soon as she got off the plane in London, she said she was going to do something terrible to somebody.
Why you think Pinky never popped off? Because she rapped for a while.
No, she was
Straight
before.
Up porn star.
But she was before the... if she came out now, it would be different. But she came out during a time where, first of all, nobody ever took porn star rappers seriously. Heather Hunter put out tracks. Yeah, nobody ever took that
until Cardi.
Well, that's the thing. Cardi's not a porn star.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Yes.
So to this day, there has never been a porn star that has made a hit single in hip hop. So right now that door has been closed, but I'm sure somebody will kick it open. There's been plenty of stars to make sex tapes, but that a sex tape does not make you a porn star.
Right.
Porn star is something different.
Right. I didn't think about that until you said it just now. Yeah.
Yeah.
It hasn't been a porn star. No.
Not one. Even the guys be trying to rap.
Yeah.
You know, Brian Pumper, all these dudes trying to hang around hip hop. You know what I'm saying? They don't, it just don't. You know, it's something. But I think that would those same people try that now, I don't think they would be rejected in the same way that they were back in the 90s and the early 2000s or whatever when they, you know, when they were trying. I think the door would be open to a porn star.
Because of what's going on now. Because what's accepted now, I should say.
Right, because of what's accepted.
Right.
Because, you know, you can argue that Sexy Red wouldn't have been accepted back then.
Right.
But she is now.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, Superhead, if the whole Superhead thing happened right now, she dropped the song, come on, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
Matter of fact, if it was Superhead
Who
at the
dropped
same
something
age
back
as Sexy Red,
Right.
who did everything Sexy Red was doing,
Right.
she'd be through the roof. But when she did it back then, she got blasted on. Tyra Banks blasted on her. A whole industry turned their back on her.
She still kept getting them checks.
Yeah, she kept getting them checks. But if she were to do it today, she could have a hit single.
Right. Right.
And all the people she talk about be writing a video.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
And be getting awards for it.
Right.
The cover of every
Drake could take her on tour.
Yep. Yep.
Get all the gobble.
Yeah. Damn. Times have changed, sir.
Hey, we're in a sexual time. But it comes back to say, like, if you listen to our interview with Entice, she's one of the artists, one of the female artists that, you know, just didn't pursue that route.
Mm-hmm.
How hard is it for somebody today when you got Megan Thee Stallion, Lotto, Cardi B, China Doll, all these people out? How hard is it now to not be that?
Right. Right.
So when you come in, if everybody else has been down, you say, yo, I give you this beat. You just throw them legs open right quick. And everybody else said yes.
Mm-hmm.
When you walk in there, that's going to be your offer too. And you say no, you might be that girl talking about, you know, they try to take advantage of me. You be crying on TV.
Or a guy.
Or a guy.
Right. Right. Damn.
And that's might be why we're hearing so much more about this now.
Mm-hmm.
Because the mentality's changed. You know, maybe people in the game were a little bit more careful about who they approach with this foolishness before everybody was down.
Or maybe some of those women are mad because the men getting the time now.
What, the men getting the time? What time? Because all I see is female artists on the come up right now.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, who's the up and coming hot guy?
Man, it's hard to say. Yeah.
Right.
Right. And not to say all the up and coming female artists are being subjected to this or going through this. But, you know, I'm willing to bet, if I was a betting man, that a large percentage of them have had their encounters.
Oh, no doubt.
Yeah, so.
No doubt.
And they're probably getting it from both ways, not just men, but women too, because there's a lot of aggressive women out there, man.
Oh, yeah.
Heck yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, I've
my lady was in the Olive Garden. I had to tell the bitch in the Olive Garden, like, yo, don't you see me saying what the fuck,
She's like, ooh, I like her.
man, take her to park. I hit you in your titty, girl.
Hey, but we have heard that the industry also has women that would take advantage of women too.
Absolutely.
You know, but I got so much that I want to just throw out there that I've read, but I can't say any of it's true. So I don't want to be one of the people, you know, I don't want to be just throwing people's names out there and saying what I heard.
You don't want to have the tea.
Yeah. So I'm not, I'm trying not to go there, but there are some women in hip hop that have a reputation for turning women out.
Mm-hmm. Right.
You know? And, you know, especially, and, you know, they know who's on the team. You walk in talking about you can rap and all of this, and there's a big time girl, and she just happened to be a lesbian, and she has the power to give you casting couch. Except I'm sitting on it.
Yeah.
And you can ready to do some work.
Right. Sheesh.
Hey, man.
Tough times, man.
It's tough times out here. But back to Puffy. Is Puffy going to jail?
I think Puff, his legacy is damaged, and I think on some
I don't
level,
think his legacy is going to be damaged at all. I don't think we've gotten to that point yet.
Well, I think so, and the only reason I say that, you know, like we look at, well, I guess you can't really compare that Bill Cosby and R. Kelly's legacies. Because their legacy, but
R. Kelly's legacy is definitely damaged. So is Bill Cosby's.
Absolutely.
Both of them went to jail. Puffy hasn't gone to jail.
Right, he has.
And when R. Kelly was just being accused and he hadn't gone to jail, nothing changed.
Nothing changed.
Michael Jackson never went to jail.
Right.
And I don't think that when Michael Jackson's name comes up, first thing people still think is, oh, I love the Thriller album. Mm-hmm. It's, you know,
right.
I don't think that.
Right.
You know, there are some people out there like, well, Michael Jackson, he's a terrible person, da-da-da-da-da. But in the grand scheme of things, nobody's scratching Michael Jackson songs off the playlist at the barbecue.
Right. Right. Damn.
R. Kelly was done for a second. I don't see Puffy's music being tarnished right now.
Yeah. Well, and I think it would be different if Puff was still relevant music-wise.
I don't know. I don't think it would be because R. Kelly was at the top of his game when that videotape came out.
Oh, yeah. But we were in a different time. It wasn't 2023. Me Too wasn't created then. You know what I mean?
True.
Solidarity amongst the women.
Who have you talked to that really gives a ish that
About
Puff Daddy's in this? Like, I mean, honestly. Like, who have you, like, I haven't talked to anybody that said, you know what, man, F Puff, I'll never listen to his music again, and his legacy is ruined for me.
Well,
because everything you're hearing, you already knew.
Yeah, and well, I didn't know when I was a fan of his. When I was.
Oh, back then.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, if he had the same catalog that was being pushed right now.
So let's say the Benjamins just dropped and all this happened.
Right now,
maybe I think his
Absolutely.
legacy would be tarnished for sure.
Right. And like with Revolt, you got females stepping down from Revolt. Some of the sponsors may pull out, depending on how this thing goes. I think he tried to get in front of it, but what he did, like Puff is almost a billionaire. He know damn well he should not have made it public knowledge that he gave Cassie a payout. It should never even got that far that the public should have known about.
He had to.
If it was. Well, I'm just saying it shouldn't have got this far if the book stopped there.
Well, I'm not trying to give a playbook on how to get away with this stuff.
Yeah.
But really, what should have done was giving her some money ahead of time before she even,
That's what I'm saying.
But that's the thing about powerful people. They become arrogant.
Right.
And they get away with these things for so long.
Right.
It's like, I'm not giving anybody anything.
Because I'm pretty sure they slid him some paperwork before it went public.
There was probably an offer, you know, it's like, or a chance to
right.
You know, I'm pretty sure that she probably asked several times. He's probably like, hell no, I ain't giving you nothing.
Yep.
And this is where it came to. And it's like, okay, I'll give you something.
Right.
Because he does not want to have to go to court and have a woman testify. Because everything she says right now, you can always say, that ain't true. But once she goes to court and says it becomes official public record.
Right.
You got court transcripts.
And you got 50 Cent on Instagram and Twitter.
Right. And like take for example, 50 Cent been saying all of this stuff all this long time, but it didn't stop anything for Puffy because this is not court. Right. It's just a dude saying stuff.
Yeah.
And that's all it's ever been is just people saying stuff. But and Cassie's situation was Yeah.
Wendy Williams was saying it back then.
Right, and Wendy
Right.
Williams has said a lot of stuff, so
Yes.
nobody hangs their hat on anything that Wendy Williams says. You know,
Right.
she's entertainment.
Right.
But when you get to court,
Mm-hmm.
oh, it's about to get real for you.
Right.
And when somebody says it in court, you know, if you've said it under oath, then it's taken as the truth.
Right.
And that would have been verification of everything everybody ever said. So this thing never made it to court. So there's still, to this day, no concrete evidence that anything happened. And that's what Puffy wanted.
Well,
That's what he paid for.
According to the NYPD, there's concrete evidence. They are building more. Because if I remember correctly, they said just because he paid Cassie doesn't stop the investigation. Like there's something to move on.
Really?
Yes. Yes. So,
In the Cassie case or with these other people?
both. Because, you know, Cassie got, what's the word I'm looking for? She got paid, she got civil. She got civil, that was civil that she was coming at him with. But she made her accusations to the police.
It was a criminal case first.
Right. Right. So, and she's,
And a lot of people win their criminal trial and lose the civil case.
right.
That's what happened to OJ, with OJ.
Mm-hmm.
Won the criminal case, lost the civil case.
Lost the civil case, right. Well, I hate you put OJ in the midst of all these sexual abusers and stuff.
Hey, just criminal case versus civil case.
OJ
Just a point of reference, you know. Just point of reference.
OJ just knocked her off.
Hey, I ain't laughing about that, but
No, I'm just saying.
yeah, but yeah.
Juice. I ain't black emoji. Okay.
Hey, he's black again.
That's a sad situation. It's sad that society has come to a point where people feel comfortable taking advantage of other people's vulnerabilities like this, though.
Well, you know, this is not a new thing.
No.
You know, I think that powerful men have always taken advantage of their position on unsuspected women.
Yeah.
You know, I've
Not
studied.
just men though, because I'm not, and that's a part of why I keep, you know, I'm being humorous about it, but it's not funny because you just have predatory people in general. It's not just men. There's men and women who are predators.
People in power, man. That's
Yes.
a temptation of power.
Right. I can make
A
you do
temptation
whatever I
of
want
power is to use your power to get what you want anytime you want it.
you. Right.
And when you're powerful, like who's doing the checks and balances on a powerful person? Because the first thing that people do when they get in power is remove the person that can check them.
Right. Right.
The person that tells you you're wrong, that's the first person you get rid of when you get power.
Right. Absolutely.
Because you want to just do everything you feel like doing.
It's funny you say that. That made me think about something else. So that's why you think so many of these, I guess, black athletes and black successful men go to interracial relationships because that sister is gonna tell you when you wrong and you don't want to hear that shit.
Nah, I don't think that's what it is. Like, what I do think is that now this is honestly what I think
Yeah.
about why you see a lot of successful people in interracial relationships.
Mm-hmm.
The farther you move up the ladder, the fewer of us there are.
Oh, absolutely.
Your dating pool looks different
Well,
as you rise in whatever field.
right.
So, like, let's say you're an athlete. When you're in high school, say you go to a public high school, gonna be plenty of black chicks around.
Yeah.
Get that scholarship to the UCLA. You take a kid who there were no white girls at his school sometimes. Now he's at UCLA. There are way more white girls than black girls. The opportunity is different, you know? And then when let's say you make $2 million and you go parties where everybody in the room is worth at least $2 million.
Mm-hmm.
Who are you mingling with?
Right.
That's where the interracial relationships come from with successful people. They're just dating the people around them.
Yeah.
You know, and I know there's a handful of people out there that prefer one, they would prefer to have an interracial relationship over being with somebody like them.
Mm-hmm.
But I would argue that as you become more successful, the people like you start to disappear.
Right.
And next thing you know, this is who's available.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And there's also the part that, if you're trying to get somewhere, I think a lot of times people attach to people who can provide the most opportunity.
Keisha been with you the whole time.
Been with him the whole time.
Yeah, the whole time.
Hey.
In the gym. While he was in the gym shooting.
Right.
And then, as soon as the check comes.
Then you go to school, she's still at home with that baby you made in high school.
Nah, Keisha there. Keisha's with you.
She in college too?
Yeah, Keisha in college with you too.
But then you get the $1 million. Yeah, I seen that story a million times. I don't know what's on those people's minds.
Yeah, those are people I was talking to.
Yeah, now those people, that's just dead wrong. And it's not even about the interracial part. Like, you dance with the one you brought. Whether it's interracial or not. Like, if we seen it not just with interracial relationships, we see it with superstars.
Mm-hmm.
Like, all of a sudden, a dude gets famous, and that girl who used to work at the shoe show, that held him down for all this long time, she's nothing because Cardi B likes me now.
Right.
You see, so it's not always the interracial one. Sometimes it's just somebody else famous. Take a man right away from his family.
Mm-hmm. Shout out LeBron, man, because I know he gets it thrown at him.
Yeah,
and he's still right there.
But that's one of the things we talked about. That's why he's so well respected.
Right.
Right. He stuck with who stuck with him.
Mm-hmm.
And there's no sexual assault allegations.
Nothing.
But you can best believe that that's something that he had to. That's a temptation that he had to overcome.
Mm-hmm. Right.
He can have what he wants when he wants it.
Mm-hmm.
And like when Shaq, was it Kobe? When Kobe got into trouble with that girl.
Mm-hmm. He sodomized that girl. Oh.
Right. And what Shaquille, what'd he say? I should have paid him like Shaq does.
Like Shaq does. Put Shaq on blast.
Right. But what that says is, rich and powerful.
Right.
Do what I want. Pay you to shut up about it.
Right.
Tiger Woods.
Mm-hmm.
Married.
Right.
Yeah, cracking on chicks at the Cracker Barrel.
Right.
Here you a pancake, sir. Ooh, what's your name? Meet me in the bathroom. I give you a $5,000 tip.
Like the pretty girl posted it, I guess it was Instagram or TikTok of her working at Home Depot or Lowe's, and damn Shaq didn't go.
What happened?
Old habits hard to break, huh? Shaq went and tried to find her. I'm still trying to figure out why Shaq could go try to find this girl. Shaq said, Superhead said, before you finish, he will write the check. Oh, God.
Hey, man.
My people.
Hey, the cats. Who else is in trouble out here?
Your boy, Jamie Foxx.
Jamie Foxx.
Yeah, man. Jamie Foxx is trouble too. Allegations.
Say it ain't so.
Yeah, allegations.
Did somebody try to throw some shade at Russell? Right? They try to drag Russell down.
Yeah, Russell said no.
Yep. And see, he only had the one.
Yeah.
If
it was two, I mean, but it's still not
you got to bring
20,
a whole gang.
Absolutely.
So if you ever get assaulted or molested any kind of way, you need to find everybody else that it happened to, and y'all need to come together.
Right.
And make, if you want justice, you want your comeuppance.
Yeah.
You better get a squad.
Yeah. That's a bad feeling, though, man, to be falsely accused or something like that.
Yeah, it's just as bad as having it happen to you and nobody believe you.
And nobody believe it. Or nobody cares. I think
nobody
cares is even worse than nobody believing you.
I think, and that's where I stand with the R. Kelly. I think people care, but I think people believed it happened, but nobody cared. Yeah. And that's kind of that bothered me.
Right.
That we're in a place where
but
society.
I kind of think the R. Kelly thing is a little different, because if your parents made it okay, then what am I supposed to do? Your mama or your dad took you to. This dude was so, like you said, arrogant. He changed his name to the Pied Piper.
The Pied Piper. I get
they
kids to follow me.
Still bringing their kids to this animal. You know what I'm saying? Like
after the videotape.
That's what
So when you have parents out here willing, like, where is his incentive to stop?
Nothing.
Like, I know he's young, but mom and daddy gave it to me.
And you can't do nothing without parental consent.
Right. And once mom and daddy say it's okay,
right,
the child's complaints go unheard after that.
How did he marry Aaliyah?
The story that I heard,
consent. She had to have consent to marry him.
No, the story I heard is that was a forced marriage. After it was found out that there had been a relationship going on, and I hear that
who took Aaliyah to him?
Like I said, I don't like this. Another thing where I heard stuff, but I don't even want to be just throwing names out there and all that.
Someone who was responsible for her well-being. Let's just say like that.
But all I know is that when that person found out, there were consequences and repercussions for the R.
But still, he had that name before.
But but you got to remember, Leah's the first. When this happens,
nobody wasn't the first. It was the first that we heard of.
I know, but he didn't. Yeah. I don't think he had that reputation yet
in the city.
You think so? You think he already?
I know so. Yeah,
it was already out there. Huh?
That was a given.
But this is like 1993.
It was a given. I've talked to people. It was a given.
So everybody knew.
Everybody knew. Yeah, everybody knew. Yeah. So yeah. Yeah. It's different when you're dealing with R. Kelly, man. You know. This guy was what was he? I can't even call him a hummingbird. He was a songbird. Like, from the time he could harmonize, he was that guy, and everybody wanted to be around him. That's how talented he was.
Right.
And this is what was the name of the group?
Public Announcement.
Yeah, that was late 80s, early 90s.
It's probably around 90, 91.
Right.
She got that vibe. Then 2-3 years later, Lee is out, the 94-ish. With back and forth.
Mm-hmm.
And
she was definitely not the first. And according to when he was going to trial, she wouldn't have been the last. We were far from the end.
Oh, man. Way far from the end. Yeah. He had a string of bodies.
Yeah. They was still taking him to R. Kelly. Parents was taking him to him. So
but I say this. Man. People ask me, I got kids, and they say, hey, man, you trying to get your kids in the entertainment? Nah, not really.
I'm good, right.
I don't want my kids to be entertainers.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen enough.
Right.
And that's from the industry side, even to local performances, like all of that stuff. Like, the things that I've seen in my time just feel like, man, this is all devil.
Mm-hmm.
Everything related to to the entertainment industry seem like it's just all evil.
Mm-hmm.
You know? Mm-hmm. So.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
Well, if you're out there and you're trying to get into business.
Right.
Stay away from predators.
Sure.
If you're really talented, then you don't have to sleep with somebody for your talent to be discovered.
Right.
And if you do have to sleep with somebody, you're probably not that talented. If the only way for you to make it is to give up the draws, you know, it's not your talent that's carrying you. And for some people, they're fine with that.
Right. Right.
But if you're not fine with that, understand that the entertainment industry is probably not the place for you. That you're mega talented.
Mm-hmm.
You know? Well, speaking of one person just popped in my head that we haven't heard anything about.
Who's that?
Jermaine Dupri.
Oh, right.
Jermaine Dupri has been developing artists.
Spotless.
He's put kids out there and everything.
Right.
You have not heard anybody
Nobody.
come and say Chris Cross hadn't said Jermaine Dupri put me out there, took advantage of me. Janet Jackson then complained about her time with Jermaine Dupri. Bow Wow ain't going back throwing shade. You know, you told me about hold up, Jermaine. None of that. You know, so there are people out there,
right, who do it right,
who you know,
right.
So I'm not saying it's impossible to find that person, but just as easily as Chris Cross' parents let Jermaine Dupri take them across the country, they could let Puffy take them across the country.
Right. But on the flip side of that, though, Jermaine Dupri was a kid during that time, too, because he was still a teenager when Chris Cross came out.
He was like 19, 20. But, yeah. I mean, but Puffy's not that much older than Jermaine Dupri.
Right. You're right.
I mean, you know.
Yeah.
Mariah Carey's not talking about how he was rubbing her thigh when she was singing We Belong Together.
He was a strong man. I think she was sequel. Not the predatory side. I'm just saying,
but Mariah Carey got caught out there too.
Oh,
with the biggest range. Like you talking about she's an iconic singer.
Yeah.
And she even got caught out there with Tommy Mottola.
Right.
Took her years to escape from this powerful man.
Absolutely. I forgot about that. Yep.
Right.
Yep.
You know, so nobody's immune.
Nobody. And we mentioned Mary J in the beginning, but it took Mary J a long time to get away from her powerful man.
Who, Casey? He was not pulling the strings, homeboy. He was not pulling the strings. He was just slanging that North Carolina. He put that North Carolina smackdown on that thing. She was like, I just, he was like, ooh, yeah. Oh, stupid. It's that Carolina thing, I'm telling you, man. That's different. That's different. That wasn't the power. It wasn't the money.
Yeah.
It was that Carolina. Carolina Langadang.
Oh man, it's crazy.
Hey, I think we just gonna wrap it up. This was just what was on our mind this week, y'all.
Yeah.
You know? So if you want to get involved in this thing, understand, man, you know. Just understand what you're getting into.
Right.
You know, it's in like our past shows, the more recent shows been warnings, right?
I know, right?
You know, and, hey, I'm trying to put the skull and crossbones on this thing for you. I'm just letting you know.
Yeah, man. 50 years, man.
Yeah, over 50 years. This thing went from something that we did for fun that was pure to something that is totally corrupted and out of control and pure evil right now. And the only way to change it is it's going to take all of us. It's going to take the artists. Going to have to change what they do.
Right.
We're going to have to change what we consume and what we say is okay. You vote with your money and your eyes. If you're looking at it and spending money on it, then you have voted yes. So the only way to make things change is you have to vote no
Right.
by looking away and closing your pocketbook.
Yeah. Learn another way, man. Go to the synagogue. But we're gonna end it right there. I think that's enough right there. If that went over your head, you need to read some, you stupid.
Capital City Podcast. Don't get SA'd out here messing around trying to be famous.
Right.
I'm your host,
Seriously.
Capital J, alongside main man.
DL Glass.
And we out of here.